The Challenger homework for word problems, part 3. This is for the week of October 17th. Please remember that as you do these word problems that you will want to work it out on your homework paper first and then watch the video showing the solution and see how your solution compares to mine. Also keep in mind that the directions say that you draw a bar model, you use numbers to solve, and then you write your answer as a statement. Okay, here is problem number 1 about a factory selling fabrics. I will tell you all 3 of these problems take up a good amount of space. So you need to plan on writing a little bit smaller and then quite a bit neater than you have done in the past. All right, as you look at this word problem, think about who or what's involved. Get that listed. Who has the smallest amount? And then go back sentence by sentence or phrase by phrase and draw that into your bar model. Go ahead and stop the tape now and do your drawing. Okay, I see that we have cotton and we have silk and we have wool. So I'll write that into my drawing. Cotton, silk, and wool. These numbers are pretty large, so I'm going to draw my boxes fairly large. When I look, I see that the wool is the smallest amount, so I will give it the smallest box, and of course I don't know how much is in it. Now I go phrase by phrase in the word problem itself. 11,650 meters of cotton were used. So I'm going to again make that fairly large so that I can work better with these. 11,650 meters were used. Then it was 4,950 fewer meters of silk than cotton. So I will start off drawing the same size as the cotton, but then I'm going to stop and use that dotted line that we talked about. This shows an amount that if it existed, it would be the same as the cotton, but it doesn't exist. That's why it's in a dotted line. 4,950 fewer than the cotton. And then it says there were 3,500 fewer wool than silk. So this is the end line for my silk. So I'll make this the end line for my wool. And again, it's a dotted box, which my pen is not doing a great job of doing, but it's a dotted box because it doesn't really exist. If I had 3,500 meters more, it would be the same amount as the silk. And now I need to put in my question mark. How many meters in all were used of the 3 fabrics? So I want to know what is the whole. All right, as I look at my drawing, I'm going to have to find these missing parts. And I see that my silk is just this amount less than the cotton. So I'll start with the cotton, 11,650, and subtract the 4,950, which will give me the amount of silk. So that tells me I have, oops, sorry, I made a mistake. Let me fix that one. It should be 10,000 minus 4,000 is 6,000, not 7,000. So I have 6,700 meters of silk. Now this drawing shows me that if I need 3,500 more and I would have the same amount as the silk. So if I take the silk amount, 6,700, and subtract the 3,500, I would get the amount that I had for wool, which of course is 3, 2, 3. So it's 3,200 meters of wool. Now, I want to find the whole, so I'm just going to add up my parts. I add up 11,650 for the cotton, 6,700 for the silk, and 3,200 for the wool. So now I need to put the answer into a sentence. The factory used 21,550 meters of fabric. Okay. Hope you agree with me. If not, if something doesn't make sense to you, please be sure to ask at school. Okay, this is problem number 2 about selling ice cream cones. Yum. Looks like they sold a lot. Go ahead, find out what's involved, write that in, find out which one is the smallest amount, draw that box, and then build your bar model step by step, phrase by phrase, and see if you can find a solution. Then stop the tape now and come back when you have given it a try. Okay, when I look at this problem, I see that we are keeping track of chocolate cones. I think chocolate cones and cookie dough cones and peanut butter. Yum, my favorite. And vanilla. So 4 parts to this story. And when I take a look at it, I'm not real sure, but I think that the cookie dough has the smallest amount. So I'm going to start and just give them the box and see what happens. Now we go phrase by phrase. The shop sold 12,789 chocolates. So let's give the chocolate a bigger box. And it's 12,789. And then it sold 9,324. So this one would be 9,324. It sold 1,078 more peanut butter cones than cookie dough. So I will give peanut butter the same size box as the cookie dough, and I know that that's 9,324, but it sold this 1,078 more. So I'm going to have to get those 2 parts and put them together to find the total peanut butter. The vanilla, it says, was 999 more than the chocolate. So for vanilla, I'll try to draw a box that's about the same size as the chocolate, and I'll go ahead and put the 12,789 in there. So that's where it's the same size as the chocolate, but it sold actually 999 more than the chocolate. And of course, what I want to find out is how many ice cream cones did they sell all together. Well, when I look at my drawing, I have got a lot of information here. I just need to put together the peanut butter parts, the 9,324, which was the same amount as the cookie dough, and the 1,078 more So the peanut butter should be 10,402 altogether. Vanilla was 1,278, made it the same amount as the chocolate, but then it sold that 999 more than chocolate. 18. So the vanilla should be 13,788. Now I have to add up all four parts to find out how many ice creams they sold in all. So it was 12,789 chocolate, 9,324 cookie dough, the 10,402 peanut butter, and the 13,788 vanilla. Must be the most popular choice. And I end up with 3. So I end up with 46,303. So the shop sold 46,000. Wow. 303 cones in all. Okay. I hope this matches what you got. If not, or if you don't understand something, please ask at school. Okay, here's the third and final problem. I noticed that when we look at this, we are keeping track of omelets sold in 4 weeks. So you're probably going to have as your items first week, second week, third week, fourth week. Off you go. Answer our 3 questions, and then the rest of the problem, and then come back. Okay, I'm going to draw in my first week, the second week, the third week, and the fourth week. And as I look at this, it sounds like the fourth week is going to have the least amount sold. So I will start it with the box. Then I go back and do phrase by phrase. The first week sold 10,345. So I will put that in the drawing. 10,345. In the second week, the store sold 1,996 fewer omelets. So I will give it a box, but stop it short and do my dotted line again, because to get the same amount as the first week, they would have needed to sell 1,096. All right, the third week, 2,000 more omelets were sold than in the first week. So I will give the third week the 10,345, same as the first week. But, of course, I have to give it an additional $2,000 because it says, or 2,000 more omelets because they sold 2,000 more that week. Then the fourth week, it says 2,000 fewer omelets were sold than in the first week. So I'm going to make the dotted line equal with the first week. However, I know that that box is 2,000. So it would be the same amount as the first week if I had 2,000 more. And then, of course, my question is, so how many omelets were sold in all? I can start easily with that second week. I know when I look at my drawing, I see it's 1,096 less than the 10,000. So 10,345, but 1,096 left. So that gives me 4, 2, and 10 minus 1 is 9. So that second week they sold 9,249. Then the third week, they sold 2,000 more than the first week, and I can actually do mental math with that because 2,000 more than 10,000 is 12,000, but I keep the 345, of course. So that's how many were sold the third week. Now, the fourth week, it was 2,000 less, so I'll take my first week amount, 10,345, and subtract that 2,000 since it was 2,000 less. 10 minus 2 is 8,000. So that would be 8,345. Now I just need to add up my parts in order to get the whole. They sold 10,345 first week. They sold 9,249 second week. Third week was a big week. They sold 12,345. And then the fourth week, not so good. They sold 8,345. And now let's add up all that parts to get the whole. And so the restaurant sold 40,284 omelets in June. Whew, that's a lot. Alrighty. That does it for this homework. Hopefully yours matches mine. Hopefully this makes sense to you. If not, please ask at school. See you then.